Hello creatives, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well today. My name is Jazelle, and I have, you know how when you hear something, a lesson, and it really resonates. Hold up, I see a spider. And it really resonates, and you're like holding it in your frequency and your attention span. You're very aware of it, and then some time goes by, and then that lesson comes up again, and you're like, wait. This was a good one, and it was good for a reason. Yeah, so that happened to me both yesterday and today, and this may have been the third day actually, so maybe even the day before that. And just the idea of not despising small beginnings, especially for someone who is really like a perfectionist or likes things, just a certain way, or wanted to be really nice for other people, whether it's for them, for their sake, or for them to see that you are doing well. It can be really easy to put off doing the next step, or to put off representing yourself, or to put off starting that next project because you are like, man, I don't have all of the experience, or I don't have all of the surplus of possibilities that other people have. I just have this, right? I just have this small thing. And that is your beginning. And it may be a smaller one, but it's still your beginning. And the whole point of beginning something is so that you can take multiple steps in order to get to where you want to get to. It's like, I love traveling, but if I never step foot out of my house, do you actually think that I will be able to travel? No. I love creating, but if I never got myself up out of my house to either be seen, to present myself before other people, or even to go get the art supplies or computer or anything that I need in order to get me further down the line of that process on that project, then I would never complete it. And so this idea again of not despising small beginnings it's been repetitive for me over the past couple of days. One day I was listening to someone, and they were talking about building, specifically about manifestation, any area of your life, but having muscles, building manifestation muscles. And sometimes we'll try to start from point A and jump to point X. And that's what our desired destination is, point X. For whatever reason, we want to get to X. And so we automatically shoot from A to X. And when we fall a little short in that launching, say we launch and then we only get to G, then we think, man, there's something wrong with me. Or, see, I can't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. They said I couldn't do it. And now I'm proving them right, right? So it's like trying to do way too much, way too soon. Again, speaking about perfectionism. Are you going to launch that YouTube site? Are you going to launch that book? Are you going to launch that whatever it is? And you're like, man, well, you're comparing yourself with people who have done this, have years in the game, and they have all of this setup, all of this nice tech. They have a whole team behind them, and you're comparing yourself to them. Well, you're not going to get that right out the gate. Maybe it's just that first step, right? Someone else said it this way, and this was another reminder for me, talking about the caterpillar phase. Instead of, going from, I'm going to be a butterfly automatically, right? You just come out and I'm going butterfly mode automatically. There is something called a caterpillar stage where you just go the next level, the next step, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Once you complete that step, then you go to the next step. You're not doing this wide, super jump. And you hear a lot about quantum leaps and things of that nature. And I believe that that's possible. I've known many people close to me, in close proximity, that have experienced wild, amazing things happening relatively quickly. However, for each of them, even as I'm sitting right here thinking about it, each of them, they had to build up to that, being able to make that jump. We're in the midst of Olympic season right now. And so you think of these people, whether they're doing the pole jumps or they're running and they're doing the hurdles, like, it took some time for them to be able to get up there, to be able to go at full speed and jump and still like keep going, right? It took the small steps first. So even when you're thinking about quantum leaping things, even when you're thinking about starting right here in your career and then you're like jumping over there, it takes time to build that up. And maybe not as much time as other people, but not despising the small steps, whether it's the small steps in the planning. For me, working on my writing project, it was 30 minutes every day because I still had life, I still had work, I still have my family, I still have other responsibilities. But that 30 minutes, it built and it created momentum to the point that when it was time for me to sit down and have my 30 minutes, I was already like getting into the zone. I was ready to go. And then when I had a little bit more time at the end of the weekend, then I was able to take maybe an hour and a half, instead of just that 30 minutes. But just wanting to share that. This has been coming up again and again and again. And I could tell the season that I'm going into right now, this idea as I'm going to this next level in my own career and my business and my desires and where I want to go with my life for this next season, that idea of small beginnings, it's okay. Take the small beginnings because it allows for me, my nervous system is everything right now. It's helping me to understand where my mind is at, where my heart is at, where my energy is at, where my vibration is at. And so being aware of how I'm reacting out of my nervous system lets me know if I'm like on edge and I need to go back into my feminine and chill out, step out of the masculine and doing it. It helps me to understand that better. And so when you are taking it step by step, it gives you automatic built-in time and space to breathe, to do a inner check-in. How is your nervous system? Have you eaten today? All the responsibilities you have, are you still making time for yourself? Are you making that time to go into the feminine, that play, that rest, that creative, that being poured into? Instead of just being in the masculine, giving structure, which are wonderful and you need that, but you got to balance it out. So taking it step by step, not despising your small beginnings, honoring them allows you to automatically create a culture and environment within yourself for this season, for this goal, for this project that you are doing. It's already built in to allow that space to be able to check in, to be able to breathe, to be able to really feel like you've accomplished the level you are at and confidently walk into the next one. So this is a message that I will be taking with me for the rest of the week. I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. I don't know where you are, but listen, don't despise small beginnings. Where you are right now, honey, is exactly where you are meant to be. Own it, love it, rejoice in it, and then get ready to go to the next level because you better believe it's coming soon. Wishing you the very best. Live fully. Bye.